Phew, one down, one to go. I was told the speech should be 7 minutes and nothing more. And when I asked Sabina whether this was a military wedding, to that she said a big yes. Wow, already 10 seconds gone. Good evening, friends and family. First of all, I would like to thank Jehovah for all the blessings showered upon us and the strength to the entire team working towards the wedding. And special event, to make this special event a success. A big thank you to Sophie, Gary, Chantel, Rebecca and Brittany for all the hard work. We were almost guests here in this country. And we almost actually, but most of all, we are so thankful for them to give Clinton, a wonderful, kind, loving person chosen by Jehovah, my son-in-law. For my one and only daughter, whom I call my insurance. And I would like to welcome Clinton into our family. The story of my insurance begins in 1990. It was the time I was in the Air Force, fighting an unwanted war, not at home. Every sortie I used to fly used to be stressful and being under enemy fire. My insurance was born in 1990 during the peak of that activity, and at that time I was stressed to the core, and she was born as my greatest stress reliever. I was not in the truth, and I was very much into astrology, and it was predicted that she would bring me luck and happiness for 21 years, but that was proven wrong. Completely wrong, as she had been giving me happiness ever since she was born. It was also a belief amongst Tamils, which I am, that the first child should be a boy, and it is a blessed thing to have a boy as a first child in every way. So much so, even my father didn't sound happy when I told him it's a girl. Again, proven wrong, as my insurance was the most wonderful thing God had given me at that time. 4 years went along, my wife was pregnant again, and she was being wheeled into the operating theater. The nurse asked me, "Sir, what was your first child?" To that I said, "Girl." So she whispered into my ears and said, "I will pray for a son this time." Then I told her instantly, "Please pray for another daughter." But what happened after that is history. And guess who comes along into my arms?
Hi everyone. As you all must have realized that by that introduction, that I'm the golden child of the family. I was supposed to give this speech alone, but my sister realized that I would just make fun of her the whole time. So here's my father assuring the sanity of the speech. For those who don't know me and the relationship I have with my sister, a perfect example to describe this is the relationship between Tom and Jerry from the cartoons. We would kill each other most times, but in the end, we knew we loved each other and always had each other's backs. I accept I am the bully in this relationship, and I would constantly annoy her and take all her chocolates and other goodies Pa would bring back from his flights. One thing she'll always accept is that I always managed to outsmart her, no matter whatever she tried and wherever she decided to hide all her goodies. I feel like a little part of her wanted me to eat it all. She's also got my mom straight of being a huge drama queen. And we've been dealing with Akka's drama for years now. So Clinton, my brother, you're in for a treat.
Normally when a girl chooses a man for her, she looks for some similarities with her father. I was just wondering what Clinton had similar to me. Definitely not the looks. So what else? Maybe the love, the kindness, and the attention I've been giving my insurance. I gave her two rules when choosing a partner. One was that he should have a good sense of humor. The second was that he should love her much more than I do so. I guess Clint passes that test. Well, at least he has just started and will be monitored by this investor. I didn't have much problems bringing up Amirna. As far as demand and supply was concerned, she never ever wanted this or that.
Well, that's because she had everything.
And was one content girl. So Clinton, that's one plus for you. But there is someone else duly compensating for all that.
Despite everything, I've always been very protective over my sister. I've always told her that whoever she decides to marry has to go through me and get my seal of acceptance. When my mom told me that Akka was dating someone and planning on marrying him, it made me feel really uneasy because there was no way I could put him through my tests before I could give my thumbs up. But then I realized, much like my father, Akka is very hard to please and is quite high maintenance. So this guy really must make her really, really happy. For a long time, I've got to know Clinton only through pictures, and my first thought was, gosh, I've got competition when it comes to the best-looking guy in the family. Early this year, I had the pleasure of meeting him for the first time, and in the brief time we met, my protectiveness over my sister disappeared, and knew he was the one for her, and it was like I'd known him for years. I've also wished I had an older brother, and finally my dream has come true.
I would like to thank so many who helped Amirna spiritually and otherwise, here in Australia and back home in Sri Lanka. The list is so big, but I have to mention two people, especially who looked after her. One like her daughter, and another as her own sister. Jagada and Amisha, from all of us. Segarams, a very big thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I leave Australia with my insurance with a very safe pair of hands. Like the wedding talk, I wish the captain and the co-pilot a very safe, loving flight. This is the advice as a father I'll give you, my darling, my precious, my princess. Let me read from the Bible 1 Peter 3, 3-4. Do not let your adornment be external, the braiding of hair and the wearing of gold ornaments or fine clothing, but let it be the secret person of the heart in the incorruptible adornment of the quiet and mild spirit, which is of great value in the eyes of God. For this is how the holy women of the past who hoped in God used to adorn themselves, subjecting themselves to their husbands, just as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, and you have become her children, provided you continue doing good and do not give it into fear.
Finally, I would like to thank everyone for being here on a very special day for the Segaram and Usalan family. It means the world to us. I would also like to thank everyone involved in organizing this wedding. This wouldn't be possible without your tireless effort. One last thing before I go. Akka, I know I've always never said this to you, but since it's your special day, here goes. I know I make you want to pull your hair out all the time, but I love you more than you can imagine, and I miss you every single day. Clinton, she's all yours. Over to you.